everyone was like, oh my God, everyone's going to fucking lose their jobs and no one's going to be able to think for themselves. But I was like, that just made us more effective. Like, I feel like AI is just going to make us more effective. I know it makes, not effective, productive. That's the big thing is like,
I don't think it's ever going to replace as many jobs or industries as people think, but it's just, you can like super refine, and now instead of having 5 clients, you can have 50 because you can do shit way quicker.
So I think it makes you more productive. Like, and this is the big thing for me is like every single time there has been a technological advance. Like, let's just go back to like the fucking 1100s when they brought out the printing press, and they were like, "Oh, all the scribes aren't going to be." But it's like, no, you just got to produce more stuff, more books, more people could read. Therefore, everyone gets smarter. And then it's like, okay, let's just jump forward 1,000 years. Let's bring in the power saw. Oh, the carpenters, like, you're going to have less people because you don't have to saw the fucking trees down. It's like, no, we just got to cut more trees down and build more houses. Like, everything just increases. Nothing ever decreases. But the only thing that scares me, and every generation has said this, it's just like AI is a different beast. Like, it's just, I know for myself, like, how much more I get done. I have taken up the jobs of like 3 people. I can now do the jobs of 3 people on my own just because of time consuming, formatting and spelling out. Like, you know, like, let's just say you wanted to save money, which you did in the past without AI. You would have looked up, how do you HTML source code to do drop-down menus, and like it would have taken you like 2 days of intensive labor and research, and like, yes, you would have saved actual dollar figures, but your time would have been spent on that, and that's the payoff. Whereas now you just get into Chat GPT and go, please write me a this, and it just goes and spits it out.
That's the point that people are making, bro. You just said you've taken up the jobs of 3 people.
Yeah, I know. So this is what scares me.
That's the point.
This is what scares me. And like, I am constantly automating my workflows at work, stuff that I used to just send to other people because it is time consuming, and say, can you please do this? Like, and now it just goes, spits it out. I'm like, well, fuck. Like, yeah, what do I need you for?
And then also like technological advancements too. Industries do completely become irrelevant. Like
there's no blacksmiths anymore.
Where the fuck's a video store anymore?
Correct. You know? Yeah. Where's the video clerk?
So you're like, cunts would have been saying the same shit when DVD players came out about VHS. Like, there would have been fucking mechanics working on, or VHS specialists, you know.
And they say they say the same thing about actual mechanics now, because all the cars are going electric. You've got to be a mechanic or a diesel fitter and an auto electrician because it's all electronic. But then, like, you just pretty much bring in a computer, plug it in, and it just runs a diagnostic and says this is the issue. So like and this is like why the iPhone. Like, you know, back in the day, if you had a phone, you could change out the battery, keep it going, or you could take it apart and do all this different stuff. And same with cars. Now, you wouldn't ever dream of doing anything like that because it is so complex. Fridges, dryers, washing machines, iPhones, fucking cars. People used to work on their cars. That was their thing. Like, they're like, oh yeah, if I've got this problem, like, they would fix it themselves.
Fuck AI, I can't.
Yeah.
Fuck it off.
But now AI,
work on my car, mate.
It's so strange because AI, you can be like, hey, this is the problem I've got. And I'll give you a real life example this week, right? I've had a clicking jaw my whole life. I've been to dentists and they're like, oh, your jaw's like so out of whack. There was a popular viral thread this week on Reddit of a guy who had a clicking jaw from like an earlier, I don't know if it was like a box. I think he was a boxer and like had just had a jaw like that got punched and it was clicking. He had been to a dentist. There's another name for it. I can't remember. It's like a mitochondriast or something like that.
Orthodontist.
No, he's been to that as well. They couldn't
anthropologist.
They couldn't get anthropologist. No, they couldn't get it to stop clicking. He typed it into Chat GPT, and it was literally just like stick your tongue to the top of your mouth and extend your jaw. and do reps, bro, mine stopped clicking.
Really?
He stopped clicking, mine stopped clicking. And in the comments is thousands of people being like, holy fuck, you just fixed it for me.
Yeah.
So it's just like we're now eliminating dentists and doctors and mitochondrias.
Fuck them off. They don't know shit
Physio,
anyway.
surely that just sums up what a physio does. They like troubleshoot or diagnose an issue. What if you made a software or you just ask these fucking GPTs and say, this is what's going on, what exercise do I need to do? Explain or send me a link of a video how to do the exercise.
And that's but this is what I was thinking. Oh, okay, that's what it actually was. It was the technology of Google, right? Oh, these kids are just going to be able to Google anything. They won't be able to research. But it's ChatGPT or the AIs is Google search engines refined. It's what they're meant to be, because you can ask it a help question of any program, anything you're using in your own terms, and it will give you an answer that works for you. It's just so fucking insane that it is like, you know, eliminating accountants and web designers and doctors and dentists, because you can ask it as your first point of contact. And if it helps it's just saved you money. It saved you going to this. It saved you going to that. It's going to be your therapist. It's going to be fucking it is.
Creepy, eh?
It is. It's going to be your fucking everything.
I'm going to go download it.
It's going to be my everything.
It is going to be your everything.
Steve, you don't need anyone in this life.
The future,
when I lost faith in humans all those years ago, I can restore my faith in AI. It can be my everything.
When you have a problem,
W's in the chat.
When you have a problem with your partner in the future, you're not going to go to your best mate that's, you know,
I won't have a partner in the future,
I'm not talking about you.
Because AI's your everything.
Look at him when you say that. Talk to him. Don't talk to me.
But like when you have a partner and you have an issue or a fight or something's going, you are going to go to ChatGPT. You are not going to go to your mate and be like, oh, yeah, fucking rah, rah, rah. You're going to go to ChatGPT. It is going to... I know, I've talked about it.
ChatGPT. What's the GPT stand for?
I don't know.
It can be my everything. That's what it means.
All I know is it's an LLM, which is a large language model. And if you
it's
ask
an LLC,
it's an LLM. And if you ask me to explain how a large language model works, I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Steve will do it, LLC. Anyway, boys, that was enough out of Nice Science. Welcome back to episode 119. That was smooth.
Ooh, lovely, Stephen.
Wow.
What we got?
Anyone would think you didn't have a...
That was ChatGPT.
Almighty weekend from hell.
Oh, bro. Yeah, actually, that's a great... topic to start on. That was just evidence of how
struggling to find the word.
Yeah, how big the weekend was. Yeah, went down and watched the Alpha Blokes boys put on. That was their second iteration.
Podcast Royale 2.0, I believe they called it.
That's what it's officially
called. It's called the Podcast Royale, yes.
Yeah.
That was last year's, and this one was the 2.0.
I just said to you boys, and shout out Tommy and Cam and their missus and all the sponsors and everything like that got around it, because it was honestly like one of the sickest fucking events. I couldn't think of any better event. When me and Tori rocked up, I was fucking knocking on death's door. Like, we basically weren't even going to go. We were just going to, even though the tickets were like $300, we were going to...
Holy Jesus.
Well, we had mad seats.
Oh,
we had fucking mad seats. And then we were like, fuck this. Let's just put the pay-per-view on fucking sit in the
sometimes that's better. Yeah, depending on where you're at. Yeah.
We were fucking... Yeah. I was going up to the devil. Yeah. Because I was hurting that bad.
Let's dance, baby.
Let's dance. Yeah, we're dancing. Just kill me with your scythe, cunt, because fucking, I don't want to dance anymore. Anyway, fucking rocked up within sort of fucking 2 fights, man. I was pumped. We were just fucking, then we just
I heard there was
balls.
flames and like carnies and freaks and boobs and fucking monies and like punch-ons and...
Lad that won the Dakar rally, come out on his moto and he's lighting it up in the ring. Cops there and shit, and they're saying the most red hot shit on the mics. Like, the cops were cruising around the entire convention center.
What?
And fucking, like, as you do at every...
We thought they would just have private security, but they had to have police.
Every event does, bro. UFC has fucking New South Wales State Police out the fucking arse. They have federal police there.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, every Fucking Broncos game have cops everywhere.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. It's been a while since I've been to a Broncos
Bro,
game.
every live event has to have police.
Yeah, right.
They're one of the major stakeholders that have to sign off whatever state you're in. QPS is a major
What state were you in?
Yeah, the underworld. Yeah, man. It was just, it was fucking
So they
sick.
signed off on your state?
Well, though, I don't know. The cops didn't come talk to me, thank fuck. But fucking Knuckles and shit cruising around on the mic. What's going on, brother? Yeah, heard you haven't been to bed in 3 days. Fucking, it's up on the big screen and shit. Just saying red hot shit, man.
Yeah,
Tori looking at each other going,
What
fucking
the
hell.
fuck?
As the organisers of this event, like,
Yeah.
You don't
want
wanna
to
be-
some sort of like...
you don't want to be doing that in front of police.
No,
Like, you
no.
might act all, look, it's like happy-go-lucky, but
Yeah,
anyway, that was
maybe.
my only criticism, boys, and it wasn't a criticism because I have nothing to do with it. I'm just trying to give you a word of warning because
You've been
Maybe
done
when
before.
they've got maybe
Yeah.
when they've got nothing to hide behind closed doors, you live that carefree.
Yeah, so you can be like that.
Yeah,
You've got nothing
well-
to hide.
because you're not actually about that life.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you, fucking, just being around the block, brother, a lot of cunts on those sponsors tables and shit. If their wallets got asked to be put on the table, there would be a lot of
A
counts.
few
of,
puckered buttholes.
there would have been a lot of counts of fucking possession and a lot of court cases, cunt. So
right.
yeah. So maybe
Look, all
it's-
allegedly.
Maybe it's best not to fucking run around to every cunt's table and go, fuck, you haven't been to bed in 3 days, cunt. Fucking, yeah. So, but anyway,
But
yeah.
a good event, nonetheless.
Real sick event, man. Yeah. And, so I told Big Shorey we'll get him on for an episode here so we can put him in fights.
Because he's a bit of a boxer, isn't he?
Oh,
Or has
bro,
done
yeah.
a couple.
Very violent.
Let's get Benny Bowers on the pod and just do him
Yeah.
as sleeper fucking agent.
Yeah,
and put him
sleeper
in.
agent.
Yeah, can you say us as the Yeah Nice Sports cohort, can we get any fighter at our pleasure, or do they have to be
Yeah.
I
associated?
think it's got to be
I think it's
like
gotta be
something to do with the
associated.
fucking, like, you know, the Hello Sport boys got Hamish,
Yeah.
who is a part of it. The fucking uninspired, unemployed boys got fucking Liam, who's
Yeah.
like basically
Bro,
in every
Liam
second
was
skit.
actually
Apparently he was slick.
Bro, really fucking slick, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, which that
For some reason, I thought Streety was going to fuck him up.
That was the
Liam
best-
was so chill, like cool chill.
that was the best fight on the card.
I heard that, yeah.
But Liam was like, just his footwork, man. You can tell when cunts can box and when they can't. And
Yeah.
bro, his footwork was elite. He stepped back, fucking uppercuts and shit. I was like, holy fuck, man. this
Yeah,
cunt can-
right.
He's
Yeah,
had, he's
got
1,000% had boxing training. So yeah,
Yeah.
shout out that. But
Very nice, bro. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, so what, they're going to run it back next year, I suppose, bigger and better.
yeah, unless it gets
I
shut
heard
down.
the Rose brothers were there. The fucking No Limit boxing boys.
They might have been, bro. Yeah, there was some cunt. There was a couple of big cunts that looked like Georgie Rose.
True.
One of them was fighting. He hit the deck about 4 times. Big fella, felt sorry for him. Was
Fuck.
more tired getting up than fucking
Getting knocked out.
Yeah, getting knocked out.
How
yeah.
many people you reckon were there?
Well, the arena holds like 4,000 or 5,000, whatever. And that also played into it too, man. It was like whether you were sitting up in the bleachers, you were 50 metres from the ring.
Yeah, I like that.
That
though.
was-
I said
that's
the same thing
the
about the
smaller-
NRL suburban stadiums.
Yeah.
It's where it's fucking at.
Yeah.
Fuck the numbers, create atmosphere.
Fuck your numbers.
Fuck the numbers, create atmosphere.
Yeah.
And cunts will love it and come back.
Said no one ever.
Said
That
no, said no team owner ever or CEO of
I'm not talking
any.
about the team owners, cunt. I'm talking about the fan.
Yeah,
I'm a fan of the fan.
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway,
Well,
there's money on the table there.
You go buy a sports team, bro, and see how
Yeah.
big of a fan you are when
Yep.
when you've only got 1,000 cunts rocking up to your game.
Yep, and 100.
But the Atmos was off its-
bikes sitting in your garage.
Boys.
But
Anyway,
yeah,
boys.
the atmosphere. We don't have to pivot off so quick.
No, I
We want to
just.
get out of here. Just start it.
Anyway, boys, we'll wrap it
I've
up.
been to bed for 3 days. That was you. Are you sure that was you? Are you sure that wasn't you up on the stage?
Oh,
Yeah,
Anyway, boys, download Neds open groups. Yeah, we'll see you next week, boys.
No, we are brought to you by Neds, of course. As always, Steve-O, another big weekend in the Yeah Nice Sports open group. we're starting to just get some absolute champions in that group, bro.
I think of it like a snowball, right? You know, it took us a while to get up to, you know,
And Neds is the mountain.
Neds is the mountain, right?
Nice.
Neds is the mountain. They
Yep.
kicked us off from the top.
Yep,
Mount Olympus or Mount Everest?
Mount Olympus. So we've been dealing with
Zeus.
Nedis of the god of gambling.
Gambling,
the god of
yeah.
money.
GOG.
Yeah, God Nedis.
Yeah.
And so he's kicked us off like, what was the god that gave fire to humans? That was
Prometheus.
Prometheus, right?
Was it?
Yes, it was. It genuinely was Prometheus. You nailed that.
Yeah, because of Greek mythology.
Like Prometheus gave the humans the ability to fire, God,
He's shaking his head, go.
God Nedis has given us the ability to, you know,
Gamble.
obviously gamble.
Nice,
and it started like a snowball. At the top, we were slowly turning over, slow revolutions. Not
The
a lot was.
Snowball's the open groups?
Yeah, Snowball's the open group, right? And so at the start, it was slow. We had a bit going on. It had momentum, though, right? But as the momentum has slowly built up, as we are racing down this mountain,
Mount Olympus.
Yeah. We're at avalanche level now.
we are almost at avalanche level. The rapid pace of growth in this group, the fucking people that are frothing at the mouth to be posting daily to gather the troops. You know, we're stoking the fire, but the fire's set ablaze.
Yeah.
Prometheus has come down and said, boys, holy fuck, you've got a big fire going on here. You don't need me no more.
Yeah, well,
you've got one going on, no doubt about it.
Well, I guess that would be bad for the snowball, you know, because
The
then
fire and the
Well, then
snowball.
that would just turn into a flood for every
A
cunt.
song of fire and ice. Well, we're hoping that it floods money. That's what we're hoping.
Yes.
The eventual meeting between the big snowball and the fire that has lit under the open group, it's going to flood money for everyone because that's what the god of gambling
From
does.
God of Gambling, I was just about to say from God of Gambling.
The God of Gambling, yes.
Nedis, upon Mount Olympus, he sits.
Well, yeah, if you aren't in there, jump in the open group. I know a lot of you are in there now and have made the jump. So,
And
there's just big ones hitting every week. I know we keep saying it every week, but jump on there. There's a few fan favourites in there now. One we keep mentioning, Sneaky Punts. He's just rallying the boys up. He's like getting people to give their opinions on different games. Like, this is what I've got, boys. What do
you think we could add, subtract? There's a bit of cohesion going on there, a bit of liaisoning. Is that it? Liaison? Yeah, liaisoning going on between liaising between the head troops, ready to just, you know, create their multi for the soldiers to follow suit and, you know, live in glory.
Yeah, there's a couple of chiefs and all us Indians are ready to follow the chiefs.
Big time.
So
we're keen to see how it continues on. And they aren't biased. They aren't discriminatory. They aren't racist. They bet on every single fucking sport there is.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're obsessed like us or they just fucking throw shit at the wall and see what sticks.
Well, whatever they're doing, it's working, and I'm absolutely loving it.
You win some, you lose more. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
Steve-O, how was your weekend, brother? No high life for us. We live a very humble life, unlike Steve over here.
Yeah.
No, everywhere.
Boys, all that glitters ain't gold. There's some fucking, you know, I put my body. You
put
go to
your
work.
body on the line.
You just go to work. I fucking
go to work.
You go to work. We go to work. You go to war.
Yeah.
So no, Lexi, intern over there, got to spend his birthday gift card on the weekend.
Oh yeah,
nice.
Get the irons all sized up.
No, that was the wedges.
Oh, the wedges.
So we went to Drummond, saw our man John there. Shout out John, send you an invoice.
Shout out, John Drummond.
We're a bit behind on invoicing.
It was interesting because I didn't know what the go was. Like, John obviously is a pro and, you know, charges for lessons and all that sort of stuff. And Lexi wanted me to go to this. Well, I thought it was a lesson at the time, but it was an actual fitting. And I didn't know if I had to sort of chip in because I was going to be like, you know, sitting like a little bird on the windowsill watching what was going
Not
on.
waving the gift card or
No. I gave him
like
the gift card, but I was just taking in information.
If he
I'm
was
like,
giving him like a lesson, like advice or whatever.
yeah, I'm just
Evo's
taking it in free of charge. Is that like allowed? You know, like you're paying for the experience, not their time, sort of thing.
2 for 1 Tuesdays. That's
Correct. Yeah.
sort
So I
of
was like,
thing,
do I have to chip in here, sort of thing? But no, I found out that it was an actual fitting for Lexi, which is free of charge. You know, just because they want you to obviously buy newer clubs and whatnot. And it was interesting just sitting in the background, and I recommend this to anyone that's into golf, is that if any of your friends are going for like fittings and it is like free
all lessons.
Yeah, all lessons.
Just go down with them and sit 10 metres away.
Yeah, it's fucking...
And take it all in.
You learn so much because you're not having to focus about the swing. You're just laughing at me, but you don't have to... You're listening to the coach, the teacher, the PGA pro.
The prodigy.
The prodigy.
The
but
messiah.
You're not having to... Because this is what happens when you have a lesson or a fitting. You're so focused on like, oh, I've got to make this look good, or I'm trying to do so hard what he just said. Whereas I was just sitting back taking it all in. And I really feel like you learn a lot. And don't get me wrong, I was popping up questions left, right and centre that I thought was helping intern. I don't know. Did it help intern? Yeah, it did. So I was popping up questions left, right and centre, and we went and played 18 holes of golf straight after down at the beautiful Ridges.
And how do you think that translated onto the golf course?
There was a couple of shots that I had not been able to ace beforehand, but once he gave me that one simple tip, you know, PGA pros hate him, but he gave me that one simple tip, and I was actually able to do the shots that I was wanting to do.
Yeah.
It was just like, you know, it was kind of like the Chat GPT. You need like that personal touch of like, oh yeah, I know
Of an AI robot.
I know you want to do
Because
this,
AI
but
is my
this is how
everything.
you make it do that. And it helped us out. We went pretty well, but we also did pretty shit, didn't we, intern?
The personal touch of my everything.
Yeah, the
my
personal touch
robotic
of my everything. But yeah, we did that, and then Sunday we were that hooked on golf. We went and played Sunday afternoon. I
He's
played,
really getting some hours in, aren't you?
Yeah, we are getting some hours in. We want to go again.
On another thing.
Yeah, I know. And hooked on boxing. Anyway, then we went to Southside on Sunday, but they had an open comp there. I wish they'd told us that beforehand because it was that backed up. Like we didn't even get to finish 9 holes. Yeah, it wasn't enjoyable. So
Yeah, right.
yeah, wish they'd told us that
Yeah,
beforehand.
nice.
But
Well, boys, I went to a wedding
yes.
at Airlie Beach on the
Fill us in.
weekend. Great wedding. I've never really been to Airlie
I've been
before.
to an Airlie Beach wedding
Whose
before.
was
elite.
it?
Just one of Chloe's friends,
Yeah.
Siobhan. Anyway, Siobhan and
Did
Lockie.
you know any of the boys there?
Nah, not really.
Yeah, right.
So that was probably the only criticism, but I'd only met maybe 2 of the blokes there, but that was all right.
Yeah.
One of them was the groom. But it was funny so I met the boys who sent in the brown cardigan video on the weekend from Airlie where some big fat cunt's walking down the street and going, oi, who wants a
Oh, so it was the fat cunt at the wedding or no?
No, it was the
Oh, he
boys
was
that
a random.
recorded it. Yeah.
Oh,
so the story
right.
goes, he was just some random cunt. It's fucking 3
I thought they were together,
Nah, 3 a.m. down at Airlie Beach, and they're like sort of
which is
walking
where magic happens.
back to the apartment. This big fat cunt goes, oh, you can't see, he's want to run it straight. And this lad who I got to meet at the wedding, he was funny as from Gympie. He's like, oh, my shoulder's fucked. But he's like, yeah, come on, you fat cunt. Like, this is how he's telling
And this
the
cunt was
story.
like Big John level
And this,
fat,
have you not
like
seen the video?
huge.
Or?
No, I haven't seen
bro,
it.
It's so good. It's so good. I should get it up. Anyway, and yeah,
this
big cunt just runs at him. And basically he sort of like doots
Tries
each
it as
other.
the bumper.
Bumper, they sort of go straight up. Tries to go back in for round 2, and the fella from the wedding,
Deflect.
Name forgets him. He sort of just like side swipes him.
Yeah.
And this cunt stumbles 15 metres.
There's
and
too
then
much
falls to
momentum
the
and
ground.
just bang
Holy
hits the deck.
shit.
Bro, it's fucking funny, man.
I thought, the fat cunt was at the wedding, but
No, not him. But
What's
I'll
that on
get it
brown?
up for you, bro. It's fucking
Yeah.
funny as.
Brown cardigan.
But anyway, what was it? Just north of Airlie. What did I call it earlier?
something coast.
Hideaway Bay.
Hideaway Bay.
Hideaway Bay, bro. It's fucking sick.
North of Valley?
Yeah.
Yeah,
North.
40 minutes north, yeah.
40 minutes.
Nah.
Why is Brown Cardigan not coming up?
And we
They've
did
been
bring it up.
shadow banned.
Yeah.
We did bring it up today when Brando was showing me some of the footage. Like, cunts travel across the world to go to the Airlie
Airlie,
Beach
yeah.
precinct. area
goes, Steve.
because it's so beautiful.
So,
Holy fuck!
and then the cunt who recorded and said, "Holy fuck," he was in like the groomsman party.
Yeah.
I was like, that's probably the funniest part of the video where he goes, "Holy fuck."
That can't look it. Bro, last time I was in Early too, every single fight I seen was from 45 plus year olds.
Yeah, what's going on?
I
there?
don't know, man. They were all just fucking
Raging.
old men scrapping. Like,
Rage,
They
mate.
can't look 40 plus, you know?
Oh, easy, bro.
It wasn't like young
Nah,
fucking...
it's never young people.
Yeah.
It's
And
like-
yeah, this was on. So
Old
the
boys
wedding was
trying to
on a
relive the
Sunday.
glory
So this
days.
must have been on a Thursday or Wednesday night. It's not even on a weekend.
Nah,
It was
exactly.
weird, bro. I just remember walking away from early, just going, "Holy fuck!" I seen 3 fights. Every single one of them was from like 40-year-old plus men.
Yeah,
Like, it was
trying to
just-
relive the glory days
Yeah,
and just
trying to
fucking
creep-
show these
creep
young
with the,
cunts up, fucking tell them.
Creep in with all the backpackers.
I
Yeah.
fucking gave you everything. You asked for the world. I give you the moon. Cunt, still not happy. Fucking take the kids. Fuck off, and then like punch it on down it.
This sounds like a memory.
Yeah, yeah. I probably heard that.
Steve-O, you want to jump into some sport, brother?
Let's jump into some sport.
Yep.
Cunt, was that last week or the week before? Did Bronx just pump someone on the weekend?
Bronx just pumped the doggies.
Doggies,
Yeah, Thursday night, bro.
So-
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
We went
that's
to
right,
golf
yeah.
on Thursday, didn't
was-
we, Lexi? Well, fuck, we have been putting in some hours. But we went to golf Thursday. He's telling me his multis. We're talking multis. He's like, yeah, I got $30 on dogs, 13 plus. And I had this other multi with like all dogs, try scorers. And I said, mate, just better be careful with that, eh? Like, Bronx could fucking pump
Turn
him.
my-
There's
on.
always a chance, man. And,
Yeah.
And there was a stat floating around the day or so before. It was doggies have lost 5 of their last 6 when
That's
they've come
uncool.
off a bye.
Oh, yeah, there was that one
Yeah.
actually.
So you look
yeah.
at that and you go, well, that's not a great record in their favour. And bro, Bronx are playing pretty good. So
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be somewhat close. I didn't think it was end up going to blow out the way
No,
it did.
fuck, not with the defensive side that
Yeah.
fucking doggies are.
But yeah, I was mourning the Bulldogs and the Anzacs on Friday. Just going,
Yeah.
fuck, that was an ugly loss.
Yeah.
But I thought it's a good loss to have at this time of the year. Bring them back down to earth a
Earth,
bit because
yeah.
they're sort of riding the highs of
If you're losing them early, you're not losing them late.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they're riding the highs of teams aren't even putting any points on them and they haven't lost a game and fucking top of the leaderboard, all this shit. So sometimes it pays just to get a little humble pie into you. And
I think with the Broncos, you've got to be fucking careful. Like, they are so bipolar.
Fuck
Like,
yeah.
like they're
like the
just
week
like these-
before, they were playing like the Bulldogs played against the Broncos.
yeah, and you're
Fucking
just like
oath,
thinking
man.
like, oh, this is fucking shit. Like, but then whatever like clicks in their fucking group for me, you know what sold it for me was Walsh out and Cobbo to fullback. I was like,
Yeah, a bit
maybe
of a cooler calm.
Yeah, I was like,
ahead there.
maybe Walsh out might fucking do
Because
some
he
good
didn't
here.
break any records, Cobbo, but he was just a steady. He wasn't overplaying his hands. Like Walsh
Well,
does.
he actually fucking played unreal. I think he had like plus 200. He scored on stats better than Walsh has this whole year.
Yeah, but when you're
First
looking at
game.
him, he's not doing the flash.
No, he's not doing any flashy
bungee
shit.
out the back, fucking left, right, step,
Bungie.
fucking
Bungie.
Harbour Bridge pass.
Cam
the
Bungie.
Bungie.
Harbour Bridge pass to the 12th row on the full.
Yeah.
like, you
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
So, like, I think with the Broncos, you've got to be very careful that, like, you know, if you go in complacent and Madge gets him up and says, and then, like, Adam Reynolds was obviously just fucking.
He was pulling the piss, cunt. He was
bruh, that was
he
like-
had it on a string, bro.
Yeah, and was just saying, oh, over there, boop, boop.
Yeah, he was a proper puppet master.
Yeah,
Puppet
yeah.
mastering.
Marionette, can't.
Yeah.
Little Uzi vert.
Yeah.
Little Uzi vert.
nice.
Yeah, so that was great to see from the boys. I hope that they took a lot from that, seeing where their strengths were. Like, you know, Bulldogs were the proper contenders this year, haven't lost one.
Well, cunt, if you can tell me who's winning the premiership
Oh,
now,
bruh.
that just
Then
that
you're a
just
witch.
adds- yeah, then you are got it on a string. Fucking, you're going fucking tarot card palm reading
You got the
pendulum.
fucking crystal ball out.
Yeah.
Crystal calm.
The crystal palette. Yeah. Anyway, fucking yeah. That's just another piece of the puzzle that fucking it's just all up in the air. Who the fuck's going to win now?
Yeah,
Because like
I'll tell you
Steve-O
who's not
just
going to
said,
win it.
the Panthers.
God,
They're officially last on the table.
how terrible these other
Why
teams.
the fuck haven't we put that bet on?
Bro,
Actually,
you need to. It blows me away, right? That
shout out Neds.
shout out Neds. It blows me away that when I think of like real shit teams this year, I think of the Knights, I think of the Eels,
Yeah.
and then when I see Penrith below both of
This
them,
looks
I'm
like the IT guy at NRL's got something wrong, eh?
I'm like, how
With the
is
ladder.
that possible?
Yeah.
That they are below those two teams.
Yeah.
And, they are. Look, going back to sport.
They're paying $26 now. It's actually gone up
What's that?
to get
For-
the wooden spoon.
for most losses.
Jesus Christ.
You'd like to think they turn it around.
I just
but
think
I
that
don't
they've had
know.
a real hard start to the
But
season.
Why can't we just chuck 50 on that? That's paying
That's- yeah.
that's paying a grand.
Yeah, that's valuable. I would chuck 50
Sell
on
your
it.
first bike, bro. Chuck 100 on it.
yeah.
What about the Anzac Day test clash or whatever you want to call it? The Dragons Roosters.
Yeah, look, when I put my bet deck in this week, I did forget that it was the Anzac Day clash between Roosters and Dragons, and usually the Roosters win that.
I tipped Dragons, bro.
Yeah.
But I as you can see, I gambled on the Roosters.
Yeah,
I
you
wasn't
gambled on
confident
the
at all.
Roosters. Yeah.
I just thought when I was looking for a bet because I had to slide that bet to this week. The Arsenal,
PSG
which we'll get to
Arsenal.
later.
Yeah.
And I just thought back to last year. I was like, they won like 70-something to nil.
Something
or,
ridiculous, yeah.
72.
Joey Manu scored 2 tries.
Yeah,
fucking-
everyone scored a hattie. And
Yeah.
they were going,
Roosters, Roosters, Roosters.
all over the shop. And I just thought, fuck, I think this game would be close, but Roosters just for some reason turn up for these games.
Yeah.
And they ended up putting on a bit of a clinic in that final score there.
The psychology of sport is just, if you can tap into the psychology of a team, you're fucking going to beat the bookies every day of the week. Like,
But is there people tapping into that shit?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Like, there is some people picked that the Broncos were going to beat. He's asleep. Some people.
Wake up.
He's tapped.
He's passed
tapped
out. He's passed
He
out.
did. The reason we say that, guys, is that he did give us a warning that I might fall asleep on this podcast tonight. Don't know how the fuck he's going to get home, but he is. So.
Yeah.
Look,
I was actually just reading the
The
Just-
note
yeah.
on an angle that your chin was resting on your shoulder and your eye, and you're just resting your eyelids.
I'm reading the notes.
I'm not asleep. I'm just
reading
resting
the
my
notes,
eyes.
I was actually reading
Reading
that
the
Shador Sanders.
Just the angle you're on,
reading the
bro.
notes,
Just-
man.
Yeah.
You're sleeping,
Because I
bro.
was sitting here like
You look
that.
comfy
reading
as with the nice bloody quarter zip on.
Yeah, zip on.
Beautiful.
I was reading about Deion Sanders' boy not getting picked. Or fuck
No,
yeah.
look, we're not getting into that yet. We're down to the line.
Yeah.
But something I want to get into, everyone's getting into it, everyone's getting into it this week, is that I thought there was 18 sin bins on the weekend, but you're saying there was only 15, is that
15
right?
in round 8. That's what an article told me this afternoon.
Yeah, right. I thought there was a bit more, but it was quite egregious in the sense that, like, a couple of weeks ago they say there's going to be a head high crackdown. Everyone starts losing it. We brought it up on this podcast. Andrew Abdo, who I've got a lot of time for, same as Peter Volandis, goes on, I think it was NRL 360, and said, look, there's not a crackdown. Don't stress. This isn't 2021. It is a direct contact with the head, no mitigating forces, and serious force or something like that. Like there seemed like there was a criteria. I was like pretty happy at the time. Buzz was Mayo Manning out the wazoo, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, this is just.
Yeah, he was. I wrote down here. Yeah, he was saying something along the lines of they're only meant to intervene if it's significant.
Yeah,
and
that's
serious.
no. So sorry,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
the bunker, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah, sorry.
let's just. There's a couple things going on here. So first, there is these sin bins that are happening all the time, but also the bunker is getting involved in the play-to-play, not the actual grounding of balls and all that sort of stuff. Or, the original concept, even the bunker last year, was the play leading up to the try, they could call on that. That's where those defenders and the shepherds and distractors all come in or whatever the fuck they were talking about.
Block runners, bro.
Yeah, and then there was like also they were like if anyone touched a kicker when the kicker was like that was sin bin and fucking no try, all that sort of stuff.
Red card sort of stuff.
Yeah, that seems to have all just gone out the window this year. I've seen everyone tackle kickers. Or like, rush up on them.
It's like, where do they get this info from, or do they just make it up themselves?
No. So this is where,
GPT
this is where I'm coming with it, right? So this is what confirmed it for me today. So, I used to think so Andrew Abdu says, no, we're not doing that, but then that happens, right? So for me, that means behind closed doors, they're telling the refs or the officials or the commission something else, okay? Which, if that's not the case, they need to, the reason, so I'm just getting fucking tied up here.
Yeah. 6 stories at once, bro. Chat GPT.
I know, I'm chat GPTing.
Yeah.
Let's just say the game of NRL, there is conflicting interests across the board. You have the NRL, you have the clubs and the teams, you have the fans, and you have the players, right? They have all got conflicting interests. Yep. The players want to play for the most amount of money they want to play for. The NRL and the clubs want to keep them... Sorry, the NRL want to keep them safe because at the end of their careers, they're getting sued for fucking damages. Yep. The clubs want to win, and the fans want the most productive product.
They want the Atmos.
They want the Atmos. They want the most entertaining product they can get.
Yep,
so with all of those parties, there is conflicting interests, right? For the on the weekend, Andrew Johns comes out and says he walked out of the commentary box 20 minutes to go in the Tigers Sharks game because he was so disgusted with the level of overreach that has happened in the game.
Is that a breach on his Channel 9 contract?
It may be, mate. It may be. I don't know. I didn't look that far into it. But he was that fucking fed up, which I knew was going to happen because the players were milking over the top. But I can't fault the players for milking the rules because they are there to win a game, which is in line with the club's interest, right? So if they can just go like, and get a penalty.
Lay down for 10 seconds, then the bunker jumps.
And then say, there was a fucking fingernail on his face.
On report, penalty.
So of course you would do that.
Yeah.
But also they are bringing attention the absurdity of these rules, right? Because the refs are acting on it. So Andrew Abdu gets on 100% footy last night, beats around the bush, a little bit, he sort of said, we've had these rules in place for 50 years, no direct head contact with the head, but he brought something up very interesting, I thought. He essentially outlined...
Sherlock Holmes over here thinking about it.
He essentially... I was swallowing, actually. He essentially outlined a criteria, and it was like both feet planted on the ground, direct contact with the head, no mitigating forces. For me, what that means is that any of these controversial calls, you should be able to overlay graphics and not correspond.
Well, no,
you should be able to articulate to the fans who are angry because they're going, what the fuck was that? If they are meeting a criteria, this isn't fucking rocket science. They should be able to
learn that shit in school, how to fill out a criteria.
They should be able to point to 2 legs on the ground, direct contact with the head, little arrows, diagrams, all this sort of shit, overlaying the replay.
English assignment, fucking
Venn diagrams and saying, like, there should be 3 Venn diagrams, right?
Yeah.
And if all 3 hit, in the middle it says sin bin.
Right?
Yeah. If
That's fucking grade 5 shit.
Correct. And if there's 2 that hit, it's a penalty. If there's 1 that hits, it's play on.
It's a warning.
It's warning. That's right. And if they have 3 warnings hit, then it's a penalty. If they have 6 warnings hit, then it's a sin bin. Whatever. Yeah. You know what I mean? This shit is not rocket science. He said today, it's a bit of an art.
This is not over.
This is not over. But for me, that's what makes me angry, is they're trying to say it's this fucking woo-woo art fucking, it's not a direct science. You should be able to, every fucking single tackle, have a criteria because you just slowed the play of the ball down that much.
Criteria sheet.
Especially when AI is my everything.
AI is my everything.
It should be that easy.
It should be that fucking easy, which tells me that there is a hidden agenda behind the scenes. They come out and they say this, we want this and we want that. If they really genuinely wanted that, there is that many good ideas. Justin Hotto said, on the weekend. Hotto. Well, that's how he says his name. I don't want to mispronounce it. I know you like saying, Papali, but it's Papali'i or whatever. I don't want to offend any of these people. I know you don't give a fuck.
Papali the other day.
He did what's that, sorry, bud?
Papali said his name was Papali.
He did say his name was Papali, which threw me for fucking six. I was like, what is it?
Yeah.
But
next will be trans.
So there is that many good ideas out there at the moment to try and meet all of these conflicting interests, desires. The NRL wants to save players, so they have that little chat. The clubs want to win, the players want to be safe, and the players want the best products. But for some reason, all these ideas that would help this cause are getting not talked about, not taken in.
It's like some 9/11 shit, bro.
So that means there's some sort of 9/11 shit. There's some sort of conspiracy, hidden agenda, BlackRock stuff in the background.
Yeah, owned
Bitcoin
NRL.
created in 1991 sort of shit.
Blackmore's vitamins.
Yep. There's something going on in the background.
Hidden symbolism.
Because Justin Hotto said, why don't they get in all the ex-players like the Boyd Cordners, the Gales, the Andrew Johns, all these people that also fucking ad nauseum talk about the game, the Willie Masons, the Justins. Get the ex-players in, get the current players in, and replay shit from the year and say, righto, how do you see that?
Yeah. What makes you say that was or wasn't a sin?
Yeah.
And get them all to throw in their opinions.
And why do you think he milked that? Why do you think he didn't? They're just, because this is where people get angry, when they don't understand why the fuck people are making decisions they are, right? So fucking explain to the fans, explain to the clubs, the fucking coaches, whether they're trying to milk stuff as well, but they're saying in the end, I'd like for the refs to explain this. And look, I get that they come and say, actually, the refs got 90% of calls on the weekend right, but it's the 10% that you see. I get that. Bring that up as well and say, look at this one. That was done right because of this and this. This was done right because of this and this. This one was done wrong, whatever.
That's called constructive criticism,
Constructive criticism.
You also learn that in primary school as well.
You also learn that in primary school. There's no constructive criticism. There's no articulation of the decisions. All these other parties feel like they're left in the dark. Oh, sorry, that's the other sixth party is the refs trying to fucking do what all the others want.
Trying to be main
do the rules by the rules.
fucking energy.
Oh, they want
it's
the
an
main
absolute
character
fucking
energy.
shit show, mate. Fucking, it's the downfall of the NRL. Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
It's just they post last week about all these. Round 7, I think, over the Easter weekend had the most amount of attendees of any NRL round ever, right?
That was true.
And they always talk about the products are best, the games, it's the best it's ever been. Don't lose momentum. Don't lose all these people that have come to see it. I just want to know where it's all coming from.
So did they come to a thing on that NRL online?
Pretty much Andrew Abdu said, look, yes, there was overreach with the referees on the weekend.
Pull it back into line.
We want to just sit down with them and sit down with the bunker, say to the bunker, you are not to rule on in-play stuff. And, because there's been a couple where it's 3 tackles later, they're like, oh, that was actually a head high.
Yeah.
No, none of that. If the refs
that's been happening for a couple of years. The bunker's been doing that for a couple of years.
But not as bad as it has been recently. They've been going back 4 tackles and shit.
Yeah. Well, I think the one that happened maybe last week.
Cowboys and Panthers, that one?
No, it was the Storm challenged something. Then as the bunker were reviewing it, they picked up something that Pappenhausen done. So then not only did they lose their challenge, it was a penalty to the other team. And Puppy got Simbin.
Yeah, and it was all of this shit. Yeah, it was absolute bullshit.
So that's just so backwards,
So
right?
no. So the bunker goes back, right? We can't do this forward pass technology. What's the point of the refs if they're in the bunker watching everything real time? There should be a big thing go, and stop playing. They fucking just go... The refs on the field have a job to do, right? Yous are there for the fine little bits, which is points scored. Is it grounded? Was anyone offside? That's where your bunker shit comes in, the fine tuning of that. We don't need you ruling in game. And Andrew Johns basically said...
That's what it traditionally was.
Yeah,
just
and Andrew Johns said... Because Andrew Abdo said, no, we're going to be telling them they cannot rule in-play stuff. And Joey said,
John Daly.
So if someone goes for a dive and they look at it, they won't even go to the bunker screen for that, or will they? Or
apparently they just won't be allowed to rule on it.
Okay.
Even if it's a blatant...
Just if the ref didn't see it, it's just you get up,
that's
play
it.
on.
If the ref didn't see it, unfortunately it didn't happen in the eyes of the bunker.
Yeah, okay.
It got missed.
I like that. I think
because they talk about it, this game is played at high pace, there is contact that happens, all that sort of stuff. It just... They need to sort something out. But this is the thing that frustrates me. It's not that they need to sort something out and we don't have any solutions. We've got all these solutions and they're just ignoring them, which is frustrating. Everyone that's in part of this Venn diagram.
Point where Joey Johns is going, fuck this, bowl, I'm out of here.
Because that's what he said on the thing.
He's done an Island Boys on fucking impulsive and gone later, Bo.
Fucking later, Bo. And this is what he said. He said,
that's a good episode,
I've been an ex-player of the game. I've been a high-level player of the game. I'm a current commentator on the game. I currently do parts with players and stuff.
I hold the Mad Monday record on the game.
I've contributed to multiple scandals of the game.
I
brought the game in disrepute.
I've brought in the games in disrepute. I've brought in rules that are specific to things that I have done that have changed the game moving forward. But he
there's rules for me and there's rules for thee.
Yes.
But above all, I'm a fan of this game, and at the moment, I am disgusted with where it's at.
It's not the game I love.
It's not the game I love.
Good luck fucking with all your revenue over Easter, cunt. You're going to need it because we ain't rocking back up next week, brother.
Pretty
Catch
much.
Ya.
And I think with these...
We'll go watch the fucking Swannies, brother.
Swannies back.
The massive outcry with those legends of the game, the Justin Horros, the Willie Mason, people listen to them. And they're sort of thinking the same thing. They're going, fuck this.
I'm over this shit.
And evidently people listen to us.
Yeah, people listen to us. We're saying the same thing. But
shout out Neds.
That's where that's at the moment. Look, we'll see what happens.
This weekend will be a perfect example.
Magic round. We're coming into the biggest clubland round of the year, apart from finals.
This is shaping up to be like a documentary, one of those documentaries. It's like all these boiling points where it's just like this big crock pot, fucking Deepwater Horizon and shit. Even when you're in uni and you're getting these case studies and there's all these little things and they're leading up. Or the attack on Wembley when COVID, and it was just this perfect storm. All these Englishmen and shit were trying to get tickets.
Tell me at the wedding that's a good doco.
Bro, it's a fucking sick doco, and it's just security wasn't fucking. There wasn't enough security on here, but they've fucking been partying in the street all day, and now they're starting to flip cars and they're marching towards Wembley. It's building up. This weekend in Brizzy, Magic Round, fucking hell, it's going to be a riot at Suncorp.
Yeah, Cunt's just going to run out the field and just dog shot refs and shit.
AFP, submachine guns, Apache helicopters, shit. Fucking Lang Park, as we once known it, burnt to the ground. Boosh. Yeah.
But there is I like to get conspiratorial, as you guys know. There seems to be a fucking common pattern every fucking year. And I don't know if this is the back end part we're not privy to. Does all this controversy, after they fix it, drive numbers up? Because last year, it was hip drop tackles. Everyone was saying the exact same thing we're saying now. It's accidental. There's no consistency. You're sin binning people, and everyone was getting rolled up, and then it all just went away.
Why aren't they happening every game?
Why isn't that happening every game?
Or they're just not pulling it up.
I don't know. Why do they do this for the first fucking 10 rounds of every NRL season, and then it just fades
whoever
away?
their marketing team is, they're doing a really good job then, I guess.
I don't know. Is it that? Is that the little back part we don't know?
Yeah.
Is it this actually drives numbers up, and that's why they're going...
The little marketing machine.
See no evil. That's why they're going, yeah, we hear you guys, but they just want to rile everyone up, and then they go... Phew.
And then we're sitting at the end of the season going, how good's this, man?
Game's the best it's ever been.
Get your skateboard, we'll ride down Newcastle
You sold that one well, Joey. You sold that one well. Good on you, brother. Yeah, these damn cunts will be in for real back there. Fucking get the plate out.
Yeah, I don't know. He seemed fairly legit, but yeah, we're none the wiser, I guess, hey. But yeah, it's fucking...
You don't know what you don't know, brother.
Yep.
Got a quick little opinion for you. I want to ask you something. Something I quickly noticed today on the 100% footy.
Sherlock.
This is a bit Sherlock, actually.
Sherlock Stevens and the Philosopher's
So,
Stone.
Andrew Johns, what's his name?
Hey?
Joseph.
Amongst the footy people, what's his name?
Joey.
Joseph.
Joey Johns, right? So when
Is this some
Andrew
biblical shit or?
when Andrew Abdo was talking to Joey Johns, he called him Andrew, which I had never heard in such a long time. Gal asked a question, called him Gal, nickname.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, what's going on there? Why call Joey Johns Andrew, but Gal?
Fuck.
Like, wouldn't you call Gal Paul as well?
Yeah.
Don't know.
Because
Maybe he
Andrew's
just-
been a naughty little boy and he's
Yeah,
got
yeah,
sent to
yeah.
Mr.
And-
Mold's
and now
That's
office.
why he's getting called his first
His
name.
government
Because he's
name,
walked
yeah.
out and they're going, mate.
Yeah,
Paul.
Andrew's been a naughty little boy, and
He's
you
always
were
It's like,
been
sitting
a
when,
there.
it's like when
boy.
your parents, when you're younger, they use your full, including middle name.
Yeah.
Jack Anthony
Andrews.
Andrews.
Anthony.
Jack Andrew Stevens.
You are
Jack
Brandon.
Andrew
Is your middle name
Eddinghauser.
Andrew?
Andrew, yeah.
So Jack Joey.
Jack Joey
Stevens.
Johns. Yeah, Jack Joey Johns. Yeah.
Jack Mitchell
Joey
Moses
Stevens,
Stevens.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Righto.
Yeah,
Off,
Jack's George Pell Stevens.
let's get off all that. NFL.
Maybe that was the shocking content last week.
maybe.
Well,
Like all the,
yeah, maybe it was. Yeah. Fuck.
yeah, right. Let's come on that.
Oh,
Yeah, boys, did you catch the old NFL draft? The whole
Nah, just
snub
seen
with
it.
the shooter Sanders.
I did.
I just seen a heap of
Because I've been
memes.
dialed into the Yeah Nice Sports Instagram account.
And bro, I just reckon there was something in I can't remember what our analogy was last week about the whole Colin Kaepernick. If
Yeah.
all the head owners decide as a cohort they're not doing something,
Yeah.
you can just get snubbed, and that's unofficially like.
100%, which is what I said about Isaac Moses.
Yeah, that's what
he
we're
better
talking
be
about, yeah.
fucking careful they all don't get together, because this is what those NFL owners have done.
Yeah.
They have all gotten together and said, do not fucking let this cunt get in. Like,
Well, now there is reports saying that multiple NFL owners were speaking to each other and all agreed that it was worded a bit different. Said that we will not have a player like that at our club, and it was
Correct.
almost like they were trying to make an example of him. Which
Yeah.
I don't know where you sit on that. It's like make him all conform to normality or how they want people to.
people forget that although these are competing organisations, right, like you've all heard corporations like Woolies and Coles, they price gouge the public, right? They will, if like they talk together and say, hey, how much you want to charge Tim Tams for?
Yeah.
Do you reckon we can get away with $8?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get away with $8. Okay, we both charge $8, so there's no difference between. Yeah, okay, let's do that. These guys have linked interests,
Yeah.
which is why they get together on certain things like this.
The draft. Oh,
No,
yeah.
what's his name?
I think they're saying
Shooter.
Shooter Sanders. That's how someone said it on the
Shooter
Yeah.
McGavin. No, Shooter fucking Stevens.
Yeah.
Why they get on fucking him and say like,
And with the draft as well, all the teams already talk to each other anyway, because they're going, right, I've got XYZ pick.
Yeah.
We're thinking of picking this guy, so they know. So you know who you can pick down here because they know who they've picked up
Yeah,
there.
there's a lot of back-
You could throw a spanner in the works and someone says, we're going to pick here, but then picks this
Yeah.
other person and fucks everyone. But they all sort of...
Yeah, they all
mate,
trade.
They all
it's,
trade
it's
and
all in the
working on
back
each
end.
other
It's all
and-
in the back end.
Yeah.
It's
They've
very,
all got
it's very
similar
corrupt.
interests. Although they're competing on the
Very
field,
corrupt.
in the back end, outside, they all have similar interests, which is what that's what the elite ruling class sorry to get all fucking political on you, but that's what
Word,
the elite
Shocking
political ruling
content.
class
Yeah.
shared interests. That's why they all work together.
Yeah.
Which is why all the NFL owners work
And
together.
man, when the college
Wonders.
season finished, he was predicted to go like top 3 pick overall, and he got picked 144th.
Yeah, that's
Holy
crazy.
cow.
Yeah.
So like the day 1 had finished, and then they go to the round 2, which is I think it's like 30 something every round or whatever.
But maybe
Day 2 going by, no one picked
No.
him. Day 3 got prank
no
called. on.
cunts watching it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no one's even. Or everyone is just because they're like, can't. When is this?
When's
cunt
this
gonna
cunt
get
getting
picked?
picked?
Yeah.
And then I think it was day 4 or whatever comes round, and
What I would
Yeah.
like to get on next year is I only just picked up on this today on the ENI Sports thing.
Sherlock Holmes and the Goblet of Fire.
The top, yes, the top pick for next year is either Peyton or Eli Manning's son, Arch Manning.
Oh, yeah, it's their nephew.
Nephew.
So I think it's the brother who didn't play NFL. It's his son. Yeah.
I think we get on him for number one
Arch Manning.
because he comes from good stock.
Yeah.
Peyton and
Good
Eli.
cattle.
And they're very
Peyton and Eli,
respectful.
very respectful,
Yeah.
Christian.
Still work with NFL.
Correct.
Like, yeah.
So I think he goes as number one draft pick. I think there's value in that. I think he's paying $2.60 to be number one draft pick for next year.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they pay him the respect for the family, respecting
Correct.
the organisation.
Correct. That's how this all works.
And prop you up because you've been a good little boy
Good
over there.
little boy.
That's right. So then it lets all
Good
the other
little
little ones
Eli.
know
And
if
Shooter
you be a good
Sanders.
boy and play ball, you get fucking...
You get a
whereas
treat. You get a lolly.
You get a lolly.
And if you be a bad boy, Santa ain't coming this year,
Yeah.
buddy.
you get
naughty,
a
naughty
Kaepernick or
boy.
you get a fucking...
You get an Andrew.
Shooter fucking Stevens.
Yeah, you're on the naughty list.
You're on the
Yeah.
naughty list. You're getting picked 144th cunt.
I'm
Yeah.
fucking not on the naughty list.
But they might be doing that. This might be.
It's all compliance, brother.
But this might be a little corruption, little fucking hidden little marketing team. We fucking got him going 144th. Like,
Yeah, I
they
did
might be
hear that too.
They
I
might
heard
be
that.
setting up a Tom Brady
Yeah,
Netflix fucking
Tom Brady,
deal.
yes.
No one wanted me. As
Yeah.
like, campaign
Because-
144th comes out,
Bro,
gets rookie of the
and
year,
that's-
shreds, gets a fucking $1 billion deal instead of a fucking.
What drives sport more than narrative and yarn?
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing else.
Come
Story
back.
is the
Underdog.
backbone of sport.
Exactly.
So look, that might be. And look,
So he's
don't
got-
they all say the NFL scripted?
Shooter-
Don't they all say the NFL is scripted?
Shooter Sanders has the same marketing team as the NRL, brother. They
Well, there is that cross
cross-pollination.
Cross-pollination
BlackRock
happening.
marketing does like BlackRock fucking hedge fund. They've got the marketing division. Social
Shooter
media.
Sanders got drafted to the Melbourne Storm.
Edward Snowden is COO of BlackRock marketing.
Yeah.
Fucking what's his name over in
Larry Fink.
no fucking old weird cunt Julian Assange.
Hey, he was at the Pope's funeral.
Yeah.
And I found out that the Pope was like advocating for his like persecution, like being like released.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh fucking hell, that's a bit out
You
there.
have been very Sherlock this week.
Yeah, I've
haven't
been
you?
very Sherlocky.
It's
So
just-
just to finish on Shooter Sanders, there was this other graphic
Shooter
that went
Stevens.
around. So minimum NFL rookie contract based on draft round. So obviously the higher you get drafted, the higher minimum contract you get.
Yeah,
So if he went in the first round, which he was like touted to be like top 10 minimum pick, he would
So
have got
50 million.
minimum 30.3 million, but he ended up getting 4.4 million. Going in the sixth round, I think it
But
was
that's-
144th.
But that's more the point I'm trying to make. 'cause
Yeah.
he goes, oh, a little bit of a lot's a lot.
Yeah.
nice.
The
boy.
NFL have chipped him in on 5% owner.
Yeah.
Just make sure you get rookie.
Yeah,
of the
he's
year,
like,
cunt.
yeah, he's the next season of quarterback, like, but it's just him.
Yeah. And he just comes back and he wins
And it's
the
the
fucking.
story.
He wins
He
five
wins
in a row.
He wins the Super Bowl, brother. And he's
Yeah.
fucking.
Yeah, well, we'll be the fools then if that all
But
comes to fruition, eh?
are they
I
not
won't be the
trying to
fool.
probably engineer another Tom Brady story?
Maybe.
Like,
No,
is that
that's-
not the greatest sports story
No,
of all time?
That's
Yeah.
the point I was just
I
making.
know. I'm agreeing with you, cunt. Like,
Yeah.
fucking settle.
Yeah, for one.
But that's what I was saying about Tom Brady being picked 100 and fucking. I'm pretty sure he was 144 or something.
Something like that.
Brady,
eh?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It goes on to
eerily
be,
similar. And history doesn't repeat itself like that,
It only
brother.
rhymes, brother.
Yeah, that's it.
yeah.
ATP, time
that-
for you to fucking...
Nah, well, fucking. Well, we've been going for 2 hours, cunt. You've had a 30-minute monologue on
Did I?
fucking.
Sorry.
How
Yeah,
long we going
cunt.
for, Lexi? Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah, righto.
Steve's living in 0.5 speed, so he thinks it's gone for 2 hours, and we're absolutely on time.
Yeah, well, we couldn't even get a word in, cunt.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
needed to get that off my
Bro,
chest.
you were.
It's good.
No, I liked
I
it.
like when I
because-
don't have to say much.
One, I was sitting there just listening to you
I
yarn.
was mesmerised.
But yeah, a lot of things was going through my head. I was like,
I need to go to
Oh,
bed.
and I'll get-
I haven't eaten for 3 days.
yeah.
Steve-O's got a
All
good point here.
No, all the normal shit.
Yeah,
That's all normal.
normal shit, yeah,
but I'll just give you an insight to like how my mind works, okay? A beautiful mind.
Here we go.
Starring Stephen Askin rather than Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
So you're just fucking harping on, right? And I'm just going. The first thing I thought
You're
of,
going like this. Bang, 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 bang. Monkey in the cymbal.
yeah. First thing, dish, dish, dish. Yeah. But it's me putting my head in the oven, going, dish, 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 dish.
In the microwave.
Yeah. No, I was going,
what's this?
I was going, holy fuck, imagine if this cunt was on like NRL 360 or just like Legacy Media Show and they're trying to say, well, we're running out of time, Jack, we got to go to it.
But no, listen to this.
We're going to go to a TV break. I was like,
No,
holy
listen
fuck.
to this, but why was Andrew calling Joey Andrew, not
Yeah.
Why was he not calling him Joey, but he
Yeah.
called Gal, not Paul?
Yeah.
Stick with me now.
Yeah, stick with me now.
Two, I was like, it sounds like you're speaking with that much passion and that venom and that, like, you know,
Conviction,
conviction. It sounded like you're 10 skewies deep, like you're down at the pub, like you're out the front of the red line.
Probably is 10 skewies
No,
deep.
Definitely 10 skewies deep.
And I was about to say, like, how much have you had to drink? Like, I was going to button like that. So that's the second thing I
Your
thought.
RSA skills coming out.
Yeah. Because I'm always on, never off. The good guy. Third thing that popped in my head was the way you were speaking right now actually elevates your speaking ability in terms you're not using in that entire thing. You probably use the word like maybe 4 times and not in a tick.
Yeah.
Not in a like Tourette's
You're using
tick.
actual
as a
use of the
bridging
word.
word.
Yeah. Like when you see it and you're like, fucking like, yeah. So it was very good, mate.
Thank you very much, mate.
I really like that monologue.
Oh, let's just warm my
That's
little
the
heart.
nicest thing you've ever said.
Yeah, I know.
To anyone, ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you tried to get out of the ATP update.
Oh, yeah, no.
Did you want to talk all about that Australian guy getting banned for 18 months?
Who was that?
The one that got popped for IV in Bali. He's like a doubles player, like our top doubles player that's not the Aussie.
What, Matt Ebden or?
No, Max.
Oh, Matt, his partner.
No, Max.
No, Matt Ebden's
Max Purcell.
Max
Yep.
Purcell, yeah.
Done, 18-month ban.
Wow,
Yep.
cunt.
Of
And the
IV
tennis world is up
infusions
in
of
arms.
vitamins in Bali.
Wow.
Can't where's Sinners fucking banned if they're going to do that,
For
bro?
a banned substance.
Yeah, that's
So
fucked.
apparently the tennis world is up in arms.
Yeah,
That's
we're going to
actually
ride
spun.
over that, I reckon.
Oi, I said last week that Alcaraz was hot favourite for this. He didn't even start the tourney. He must have pulled out, man. Yeah, because I went to check
Must be going to get his 60 slam somewhere else.
French is coming up.
Oh,
French is
yeah.
in a month's time, bro.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah. So
Roland Garros.
yeah, he must have been saving it for that.
What was the go with that? Did you see? Oh, you maybe did or didn't. But the camera on the weekend at Madrid was out. So like ones that were going out were actually they were saying was in. And Zverev took a photo and was like, "Look,
Yeah.
like." Do something about it.
Yeah.
Do something.
Do something. You do nothing.
You do nothing.
You do nothing. Yeah, anyway, fucking semi-finals are not tonight, but tomorrow night.
So where's Benny Sheldon at? Because those serves I saw him doing on the weekend were elite.
Yeah,
he looked
doing-
dialed.
What I fucking want to talk about other than fucking tennis, but did you see that fucking IPL Indian cunt that I sent through today?
14 years
cunt.
old.
And at 13, I remember reading this with
Yes.
Dad last year.
Yeah.
13 years old, he hit 300, a first-class triple century against Australia A when he was 13 years old. They signed him on a contract in IPL.
He's on Supermax.
For fucking 400,000 as a 14-year-old cunt.
what?
You go from Slumdog Millionaire to fucking
Genuine
Shit
hanging
house
out
to
with
the
Shake
penthouse.
Turkey cunt.
Yeah.
Fucking literally shit
Yes,
house. Like
to
they've
They
got
shit in their house.
Look, no, well, they're burning cattle shit for electricity. That's
right,
like the level of
and I
poverty
think they
over
wipe
there.
their ass with their hand.
Yeah, to the
Yeah.
penthouse, like as in fucking Burj Khalifa,
Yeah.
Wiz's
Mia Khalifa.
residence.
Yeah, Mia's
But,
husband, yeah.
Bro, that was fucking insane. On debut, hit a 6, first ball, bang.
Almost similar
At
to
14 years old, facing 140k seeds, cunt, from grown men.
Yeah,
Like-
that's like no fear sort of stuff.
Fuck me. And you step out and hit a 6. Don't ask me to pronounce his name. Do your own research.
What was that
Don't
guy
ask
last
Jack.
year that did? Wait, what was that guy last
Just
year
call
that
the cunt Jai
debuted the Boxing Day test, and Virat was like bowling him hectic shit?
Constas. What?
What was his name?
Sam Constas.
Sam Constas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a similar story to him? Because he was only
Cunt, it's-
19.
It's tenfold
I
on
know,
that, cunt.
but similar in
Sam that's Indian. You're going similar.
similar.
So less to come on tennis.
Yeah, sorry.
That's all right, bro. We'll move on.
Yeah.
Move on.
Let's go gambling. 'cause
yeah,
I still
we'll
gotta
just
get
do
a-
a quick-
Let's quickly go over Liverpool.
Quick
Getting their
nod.
20th win.
Oh, yeah.
That's
have
crazy.
Sealed the EPL title. Not
Paddy the Batty would be going off his
Oh
head.
my
Is he
god!
from Liverpool?
Yeah, Scouser.
Yeah,
Scouser
right.
Liverpool. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be having a small
Small
party in
fucking-
Liverpool.
Oh, bro.
They'll be having a small attack on Wembley, cunt.
Yeah, that would be like the Eagles fans in Philadelphia. Really,
Yeah.
There would be
honestly.
some cunt shop front. They're throwing traffic lights through the shop front and shit. Then going down there the next day. Oh, sorry, brother. Can I just grab a carton of milk?
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
any cheese and bacon pies left, bro?
Yeah, bruh.
So can't you just burnt me old shop down last night?
I've
You
got
fuck
no
with.
pies left. All I got is bills, cunt.
Oh, good brother, Liverpool one.
Yeah, come on, bro. Lighten up. cunt.
Yeah, lighten up, you fucking dog.
Yeah, fucking lighten up, you fucking
Weasel.
uptight prick.
Yeah.
Nah, Liverpool won. So, again, another one of the 5 teams who've won the EPL take it out.
6, yeah.
Yeah, 6. I did see that looks like Wrexham, that welcome to
Yeah,
Wrexham.
yes.
Doco. I don't know, are they going to EPL or they going?
No, one under champions.
going-
Champions.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going from 2 to champions.
Yeah, so last year they went from, they've gone
3
back
to
to back
2?
to back. So they went
Yeah, so
one.
No. It
Oh,
goes,
sorry, 2
it
to
goes
1,
League
1
2.
to
Yeah, League 2,
Oh, no,
League 1,
yeah.
Champions,
EPL.
EPL, yeah,
Yeah.
Premier.
But they have gone back to back to back promotion. The first.
Yeah, so they've started at 2, they're at 1, now they're going to champions, eh?
Yeah.
And then EPLs after that. So pretty good stuff. Yeah, I still haven't watched that doco.
Nah, neither, but I'm going to.
Watch Welcome to Wrexham. Great
Well, how
doco.
good's the investment though? 2.5 million they bought it for in 2021. It's
Yeah,
now
is that
worth
Ryan Reynolds
Yeah,
or-
Ryan Reynolds and Rob Mackle something.
Rob Carr from the
Rob
Red
Carr
Lion.
from Red
Yeah.
Lion.
Yeah.
It's now worth 144 million.
Just because they've advanced so
Yeah.
far.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck, it's crazy, man.
It would be crazy for
Fuck,
him
the
to get.
rich get richer, bro.
Oh,
Fuck,
I
what did
know.
they see that we didn't?
Well,
Anyway.
they saw dollar signs.
Yeah.
They see in football clubs instead of e-bikes.
Yeah. But no, look. Oh, also, Steve, you were right.
I know, which I usually am, brother.
Yeah, which you usually are. But each place in the ladder of the EPL
Yeah.
gets a certain prize money pool. So you were right. That's why they don't
So
just...
then can they
the
use
only
that
thing-
on salary cap or what's... No.
Fuck,
don't
It's
know.
the only thing that made sense, bro.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
they
none
just
of their
go,
big
right, all the
dogs...
good cunts off, second stringers
None
on.
of those big dogs would even bother, bro.
exactly.
They wouldn't even rock up to training, cunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But
Yeah,
yeah, no,
that'd be
they,
saying,
they,
I'm
they
going-
call it merit
I'm
payment.
going to Ibiza.
Yeah, I'm going to Ibiza.
I'm taking
and
a few
fucking-
pills in Ibiza with
Yeah,
fucking
with fucking Mike Posner.
Avicii can't. Yeah.
Yeah, proper.
Well, boys, want to get in some gambling brought to you by Neds.
Let's get into some gambling.
Yeah.
And also, by the way, this is not online gambling.
Well, it sort of is, but
Well,
it's
it's
not.
not.
Yeah.
It's
on
app
the,
gambling.
It's on the line.
It's,
Yeah, it's
it's
app
gambling,
gambling.
on the Neds app.
On the
Of
line.
course. Boys, want to do some quick write-offs before we get into our bets for this week?
Look, we've already
whoever's
gone over mine.
Yeah.
How'd your fucking tennis multi go, tennis
Nah, 0
expert?
from 2, bro. Yeah, it was fucked.
Big tennis expert.
Yep.
I would have got
Yeah.
2 right.
Which is why when I posted that fucking 12-leg multi, it only lost by
Boys, maybe-
fucking 2 games.
Maybe there's something like, because obviously when I realised my leg was like this coming week, it's tomorrow, I just went, fuck it, I'll just go this and this. Zero thought into it.
Yeah.
You know, like
I put a
maybe
lot of
there's-
thought into this one this week.
You thought you done that?
No, I did put a lot of thought in.
Yeah, and that's
Oh.
why you're losing. That's,
that's
what
why
he's
you're
saying.
losing.
I'm overthinking it.
So you just need
Yeah.
to go straight on. Give you like maybe that's a new segment where you get 20 seconds to choose a fucking
bet
and,
tech.
and put a multi on or something. And
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Wow, always on, brother.
Always
the
on.
good guy.
The good guy strikes again.
20-second multi.
Yeah, something like that. But
Gone in 60 seconds, can't.
yes.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's good. But yeah, what I'm saying is like sometimes, maybe we are overthinking it. Because
You're watching Masters at work.
I was about to drive to Airlie. I'm like, fuck, I just need to get this out of my hair. I can update the spreadsheet. I'm like, fuck it. We're not confident at all. Just went, bop, bop, and see what happens.
Yeah.
But I do have the luxury. I'm in the lead, so I got a bit of less care factor about me. But yeah, anyway, mine got up, went Roosters and Storm in a multi just over the minimum, $2.18. So not breaking any records there, but I'm breaking the bet tech record.
Yeah.
6 wins, 7 losses. All you mans are my youngest, bruv.
Yeah.
So this week, for my bet tech, Ned tech, whatever the fuck we call it these days.
The
Yeah,
netted
Ned
out,
Tech.
Ned Tech, Bet
Ned
Tech,
Tech,
Uncle
sorry,
Nedley
Ned Tech.
fucking tip. Yep.
So as I said last week, I butchered it. I got the dates mixed up. Seen Wednesday and thought it was on last Wednesday, but yeah, it's on in the morning. So
Tonight.
when you listen to this, it's
on tonight.
Hopefully already won.
Oh, so it's on.
Yeah,
like,
it's in the morning.
12 hours.
But
Yeah,
so I
right.
said I would just slide it to this week just for that sake.
Well, you've posted in the open group.
I
so,
did
yeah.
do that last week anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, Arsenal to beat PSG, Champions League semi-final 1. So
Maybe just reply to it and say this is my bet tech.
I'll just
so
post
if the
it.
people want to
I'll
get
just
on,
post
they
it
can
again.
get on.
Yeah. $2.10, still paying $2.10. So look, I'm not confident because as we always say with the soccer, there's the draw component, but we shall see. It's one of 2 games. Aggregate score goes on to I think the final, maybe the next semi. So that's my Ned Tech of the week, boys. Jack, what do you got for us, brother?
Mate, I did do, when I heard this week the matchups, I heard that the Rabbitohs were playing the Knights, and I thought, you know what? I am sick of wondering, umming and ahhing, who's going to win what. And when I heard that matchup, I was like, the Rabbitohs are going to win that game. So I went in.
Hubby back?
No.
No, he is. He's on the
Oh,
bench.
he is back.
Yeah.
Sorry, Hubnard's back. Yeah, I'm
Yep.
thinking of Humphreys.
Sorry, Hubby. Yeah. Local boy.
Don't know. So Latrell's out, which I don't really give a fuck about. But what's going on with Lewis Dodd? They've got in some other halfback now that Humphreys is out.
Yeah.
Jai Gray's in. I don't give a fuck. The Knights are playing terrible.
Yeah, Dotty, he's on the he's reserve 19, so didn't cut the mustard, brother.
Don't know what's going on with that there.
So
But
yeah,
anyway,
Whiten and Jaden Sullivan in the halves.
He might have been a bad boy.
the only thing I can think of here that could make it lose is that the Rabbitohs will win 13 plus.
Yeah.
But I was happy to take it on 1-12.
Fuck, the
That's
Knights
my
have been
bet tech for the week.
disgustingly bad, bro. And,
Knights?
and Ponga in my fantasy is.
It's like he's given up.
It's almost he's almost a sell. He's lost me like 150k on.
Yep.
Fantasy,
I don't even have him. Yeah.
fantasy value and just anyway, he's fucking doing no good. So yeah, 1-12 there, Stevo, $2.90.
Yes, $2.90 for my Ned Tech.
I
bet.
actually like that, bro. When you sent that in today, I
Yeah, I
thought
like that
that's a
bet
nice looking bet. That's one that I would probably do. I have, as I said a few weeks ago, I've won a couple upset games tipping the Rabbitohs.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll see
back
what
on
happens there. Stephen Jeffrey, Askin. What do you got, bro?
SGA.
Your phone's not up, but you know what you got.
My phone just died, yeah.
Oh,
as
really?
stand. But yeah,
Do you want to pick one on my phone? Or
No, I did. I
we
just
can
did
test
them all.
out the gone.
Yeah,
in
Gone
30
in
seconds
60
or 60 seconds.
Gone in 60 seconds. That's a fucking sick movie too. If you haven't watched it, shout out Nick Cage, one of the greats in
Yep.
that. And a young, hot Angelina Jolie, mind you.
I didn't know she was in that.
Fucking like platinum blonde hair, tan as fuck, big fake lips, got oil all over
Has she
and
got
shit.
fake lips? I thought her lips were real.
No, in this movie, big
Oh.
titties, fucking sliding out underneath a car because she's a mechanic, fucking all dirty.
Oh,
and
so like
shit.
the original Megan Fox and Transformers 2007.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
hot as fuck.
Okay.
Anyway, because I am fucking a child prodigy, I don't need a
Child
phone
prodigy.
to...
What was the other thing we said last week? Child prodigy sleazy. That's what it was,
Sleazy.
yeah.
I don't need a phone to revert back to the bets that I'm putting on for this week because betting is my life. And
It's the first thing you do when you
when I wake
That's
up,
my
and it's the last,
baseline dopamine hit.
yes,
Yep.
that's the last thing I do before I go to sleep.
Come on, cuz.
Come on,
Come on,
cuz.
cuz. Yeah.
What do you got, bruh?
Lions, Brizzy Lions, in the AFL, they've given the derby between Gold Coast Suns this week.
Done. Easy.
Yeah,
so
bring
just
the-
head to head win.
Yeah, head to head.
Lions to win.
Yep, Lions win. They're paying $1.58.
$1.53 currently.
Oh, shit.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Maybe that's worth 1,000.
Go to Rugby League, go
Rugby
all the way
League.
down to the bottom. Melbourne Storm versus Canberra. Melbourne Storm are going to bounce back. They've currently shortened to $2.70 favourites to win the premiership. They're paying $1.48.
Nice.
Yep, perfect.
Nice. Patrol Prodigy.
And
Gold.
and then you skip to UFC and you scroll down to the co-main event. Bo Nichols versus
Oh, how
Ronnie
much-
Ronnie DeRitter. And
how
Bo
much is
Nichols,
Bo paying?
he's paying $1.32.
That's $1,000.
Responsibly.
Responsibly.
Yeah. Oh, $2.98 it's actually, but it said $2.99. Anyway,
$2.98.
Just do it and see if I'm right. Nah.
Nah.
Fuck.
But yeah, $2.98 for that one, bro. Nice.
Yeah. Bo
See,
Nickel-
are you confident on that?
Yeah, I am confident on that, bro.
Yeah, you bullish.
Yeah.
Well,
Bo Nickel in the UFC, Storm in the fucking rugby league, and
Yeah.
Lions in the. I mean,
Book
Gold
of
Coast
Eli
aren't-
says that the amount of legs don't outweigh the odds. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, just.
yeah.
Just.
Is there a 5% buffer there? Maybe not.
Well, that's
Well,
that's
time
the
will
clip.
tell.
That's the clip that Neds take.
Yeah, true. Very
Is the
true.
BP.
Nice. Well, yeah.
PB.
Boys, all those odds, prices subject to change, of course.
Terms and conditions on the website.
Yep.
South Australia, you can't bet on the UFC, so suck
Yeah.
shit.
So,
So
unlucky.
don't
Yeah.
follow
So
my
no
bet.
come on cuz there. Unlucky cuz if you're in South Australia.
Yeah. Talk to your local member.
Thank you, boys.
Yeah.
Another great episode. Love to see you every Tuesday.
Can't wait to
Yeah.
get this studio up and fucking running.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt,
Yeah. I'm
have
actually
you
gonna do that.
apologised for that?
I'm
to
doing
the
that this week.
wider
Yeah, I
audience,
actually do
Brando?
apologise, guys.
I
We
thought
didn't
there was a quicker
realise.
solution coming that I didn't need to face the music, but
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
faced the
We didn't
music.
realise how good we had it at the previous studio in
Yeah.
regards to audio and lighting,
And it wasn't
Especially-
haunted.
and it wasn't haunted.
Wasn't haunted, aircon,
Yeah.
sink,
Toilet.
toilet.
Yeah,
running
fridge.
water.
Don't forget fridge. I had beers at the wazoo in that
See,
cunt.
it's just this shit you take for granted in
Yeah.
life. And
Yeah.
then you go from
That's
the
it,
penthouse
mate.
to the shit
And
house.
that's what I say, boys. Gratitude is an attitude.
Yeah. So anyway,
brother.
yeah. Apologies for the current setup. But look,
It'll be rectified.
It's a long play. It's
shortly.
a long play. We hopefully get it looking up to scratch, and a few of you lucky local boys might come and do a little christening here with us. So
Yeah.
we'll see. But thanks for tuning in. Subscribe to the YouTube or share the pod to a friend, and we'll see you next week.
Bye bye.
You win some, you lose more. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website